Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit, and I'm also here to hang out with all of you. And I'm going to start things off by throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the Tier 2 blue emote in chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes. And if you feel like being a lurker, you can go ahead and lurk. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. And as you may have noticed by the pre-show music and this, 'tis the season. I just want to celebrate. Like, I waited until Thanksgiving. There has been Christmas lights have been up in my neighborhood since like before Thanksgiving. Like, basically as soon as Halloween was over, people in this neighborhood started going buck wild with Christmas stuff, and I resist it. I haven't listened to Christmas music until like today. But I held back as long as I can. 'Tis the season. We got new pre-show music, which is holiday themes. We got lights up that'll be up there. Latsburg says, really gave me a scare when I heard Christmas music and wasn't sure if it was Little Drummer Boy or not. Yeah, I'm playing a bunch of stuff that like, some of it is just covers and some of it is like, this is Silent Night, but we're a weird prog band, so this is what you get. Or here's a jazz version of a song. Oh, it's actually Jingle Bells. Like, whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, I wanted to get some Christmas music in there. I got the lights going just for this. These lights will not be here for the build portion of the stream, but just this. I wanted to have it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of in the spirit. If it was unseasonably cold today, like even for November, the end of November, so we didn't put outdoor Christmas stuff up, but we are going to this week. So around here, there's going to be some stuff decorated. And then next weekend, we do the inside of the house. I'm gonna have to decorate the tree, which is my least favorite thing. I just don't like it. Let's go to the overhead camera. Boom, we'll go over here. Oh yeah, and I won't wear my Santa hat till probably like the Christmas Day stream, maybe the stream before that, because it does the background remover does hate it, so I'll just wait and just do it like probably one day. Maybe like let me look at my calendar here. Let me look at the calendar. I'm going to stream on the 25th. Maybe Tuesday the 23rd. You know what? I should. Tuesday the 23rd is my CPU versus CPU matches in WWE 2K25 featuring Santa Claus stream. So every match is going to have a Santa in it. So I should have my Santa hat for that. That feels festive. That feels like the right way to go. Let me just adjust my mic here a little bit. All right. We are working on the GFreD high grade. It's the gMS-K GFreD, or the Gundam Fred. It's a fucking Evangelion. It's goddamn, it's an Ava suit, you know, like, what are we doing here? We got two heads. We got like mouth open and mouth closed. I think I'm going to go with mouth closed. Because I think mouth open just looks insane in a way I'm not really going for here. But yeah, we're working on it. We're working on the chest. I got some stickers to apply. Let's apply some stickers. These are our marking stickers, so they will have a white background. We've used them twice so far, or a clearish white background. What do I got to do now? Okay, we're doing A34. This is a chest piece here, so we're going to get A34 out, and then we're going to put a bunch of stickers on A34. Just to, you know, make it look closer to show accurate, I guess. That's the plan. So yeah, there's just been a lot of Christmas shit going on in this neighborhood. And so I decided I would just get into the spirit and get things going. I've also wanted, this is forcing me to get new music, because I was going to wait until January, but now, when the Christmas season is over, like maybe the stream right after Christmas, I'll keep Christmas music going. But shortly after that, I am going to be switching to new music, pre-show music. And so I do need to figure out what that is, like what that music's going to be. So this is going to be a good little push to get there. All right, so we need stickers 16, which is this one here. Come on. These are going to be unbelievably. Sometimes these will be really small. Sometimes they'll be a decent size. But all right, we'll get this marking sticker looking like this here, and it's just going to go in there. I'm going to struggle with a lot of stickers on this kit because they are tiny, which I am not good at doing. But I'll do my best. I'm going to use here it is. Use my toothpick here to help kind of just flatten everything out, because sometimes if I'm using even if I'm using the back of the X-Acto blade, it ends up pulling the sticker out of where I want, which I certainly don't want to happen. So get that in there. Okay. We'll do the other one now on the other side. And then there are 2 more stickers that have to go on, and then 2 pieces of more plastic to go on, and then we can put the chest on, and then I think we're ready. No, that has to go on, and then another piece with more stickers have to go on, and then when those stickers are on, then let's see, and these are those circles, so those are square stickers. Okay, so that's that, yeah. Then we can get the chest almost done. There's a lot to this chest. There's a lot going on with this kit. I didn't mention it. We're currently at 28 subscribers. The goal is to get to 40. I shut up about how many subscribers I have when we hit 40. There is a promotion ongoing right now that is being run by Twitch, where if you gift 5 or more subs, you get a discount. You get 35% off the subs. That is not a promotion that I am running. I can run those promotions. This is a Twitch promotion, so I do not lose out money on that. When the outside of these, because I have slots available, so I will be doing that pretty much every week through December. And when I do that, it will be taken on my cut, but that's fine, because if it means that people are gifting subs, that's neat. You know, the holiday spirits and all that. My big run of buying model kits and Lego sets is pretty done now. I mean, there will be more that I purchase, but right now I'm locking in with 2 more that I'm getting on Tuesday, coming out of USA Gundam store. The only kits I bought from the Black Friday week with the discounts. I almost bit. Friends, I got very close to biting. I held back. I'm so happy I did, because it's still too much fucking money. The Wing Zero Real Grade is currently on sale at Gundam Planet. And if you've been interested in that kit, and maybe if you're going to buy other stuff from Gundam Planet, because there are sales and you can use a discount code on other things. Discount codes don't work on this because it's just on sale site-wide, but it's like $15 off. So with shipping, it's $5 less than just buying it in a store. And it is unbelievably expensive. And I was like, ooh, I don't know if it's ever going to be cheaper than that. That's a good price, but it's still way too expensive. I can't justify it, even though it looks great. And I also obviously like the Wing Zero a lot. I just can't do it. I wanted to, but I can't. All right, so 10 and 11 are these stickers. That's why I couldn't find them. I couldn't find them because they are these stickers here, which are also very tiny, but differently tiny. That's a fucking unbelievably small sticker. That's sticker 10. This reminds me of the GFreD kit. Having unbelievably tiny stickers. All right, so this goes... Where do I feel like I won't see that, and I know it's there, but whatever. I put it on. The sticker is on. But yeah, I feel like I wouldn't even know that. So yeah, so I resisted getting that kit, which even with the $15 off is still way too much for a real grade, even though it looks really good, and I really like the show, and I really like that Gundam. I was like, nope, not going to do it. I have bought a lot of model kits and Lego sets. My $10 patrons, the first vote they're going to do, basically when this kit is done, I will have to figure out what I'm doing next. And my my $10 patrons will vote, and they're going to get all brick kits, because I just have a ton of brick kits somehow. Yeah, I can't even see that on the fucking photo, so whatever. All right, yeah. Oh, this is in the wrong spot. Great. Yeah, so my $10 patrons are next going to vote on when the next vote. I'm going to give them 2 Lego sets and a non-Lego brick set that I have in my possession, and they'll be able to vote on what I do with that. All right, we're moving on. Put on some pieces here, because that'll be cool. And also, I just want to do a set. Like, obviously, I am still a bit running on a high of doing the Game Boy, which is just unbelievably good. It's one of my favorite Lego sets I've done on a stream. Certainly my favorite of the year. So I was like, kind of just want to do another cool Lego. It won't be as cool, but it'll still be cool. All right, so we put that on there. We put this on here. No spoilers about my top 10 list of anime for the year, but I'm going to tell you right now, and I feel like people who just read my anime list of the year might be surprised by this, but people who have been, watching the streams probably won't be surprised when I tell you I don't think this show is gonna be on my list. Like, I just don't think that gQuacks is making the cut. This has been a fucking pretty damn good year for anime. And I liked it, but I don't want to say I loved it. Like, I think, like, it's like it needed 2 seasons. Like, characters betrayed one another in a way that made you go, well, you have not done anything to imply that these people spend time together outside of what we have seen. Like, there is little to no attempt to make me think that they have lives outside of what we've been shown to justify anyone feeling hurt. And then, like, the amount of, oh, well, here's the bigger story behind what you've seen is like, we should have had a fucking season of like the battles and the war stuff, and then built it out to be like, all right, well, let's look at like the bigger picture here. It feels like it needed 2 seasons to really do anything, and it obviously didn't get those 2 seasons. So what we did get, I was just like, kind of fucking disappointed with. All right, I gotta do a bunch of stickers here. 8 is this one here, so we'll do that one because this one's easy. This one just here, and then bends down a little. So yeah, I'm not sure if gQuacks, Mobile Gundam gQuacks, is going to end up in the top 10. If it doesn't end in the top 10, I'll probably do a like note, like for my in the video. I'll probably do because I often do in the written versions, which I don't have a place to do those anymore, but I used to do a written version. In the video version, I will often give some like honorable mentions, and it might end up in my honorable mention as a like, can you believe I fucking didn't include, there's a new full season Gundam series, and it didn't crack my top 10. And I'll probably say very similar to what I said here, but it's not looking good. My list right now is like 17. My top 10 list is like 17, and I'm waiting as long as possible because the shows I'm watching this season, one of which will be done before my ranking goes. My rule for this, which is complicated and annoying, is I don't have to have seen every single episode to rank it, but every single episode has to have come out by the time my video goes up, and I'll record the video 2 days before it goes live. So even if I haven't seen episode 12 or 13 or whatever, as long as it's like on schedule to come out, then it's eligible for my for putting on the list. And if it doesn't, then it's eligible for the next year. Like Zom 100 didn't put out its last 3 episodes. I could have ranked it last year. This year's list could include 2024's Whisper Me a Love Song, which had to delay its last couple episodes. And I'll tell you this, folks, Whisper Me a Love Song's in my top 16 because it was really fucking good. And so it's totally got a shot. Especially because like explicitly queer stuff didn't really... The explicitly queer anime this year didn't hit me as hard as stuff from last year. So Whisper Me a Love Song like could end up in that list. There are romantic comedies that are strong, but like not of a queer variety. So I'm like, it could make the cut. And I'll have to like explain myself in the video, but I will. My next Pat Bear's Anime Club, which is not coming out this coming Monday, it's the following Monday, is my my award show, my 2025 awards. I've teased it a bit here and there, but I like to do it every year. I'm going to do a category for best reference in, not best reference period, best reference specifically in new panty and stocking with garter belt, because there are a lot of crazy ass references in that show. Wild ass references. So I'm like, well, I kind of gotta go for that. All right. B13, B15. We'll build the waist. We'll put the waist on. Then we'll panel line this whole thing, and then we're gonna start working on the arms, which we can do at the same time. Most of the arms, and then like little touches here and there, because it's not, fully symmetrical, but it's close. No, wait, they are close, yeah. Just pretty much, other than the hands are not symmetrical, obviously. So let's B15 and B13. So yeah, that's my next 2 Pat Bear's Anime Clubs are my anime awards, and then the very last video of the year is my the last Pat Bear's Anime Club on my YouTube channel this year will be my top 10 list. And then the last Tuesday of the month, I am recording the next episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club Live, which will be on here on Twitch. And then that will go out the following week. And it'll be the first of the new year, but recorded in this year. You get it. One of my favorite videos to record of anything. One of my favorite streams to do, one of my favorite videos to do is having that. So I hope you'll come hang out. I believe that is the 29th, I'm going to say. I'm going to double check that. That is indeed December 30th. What am I saying? December 30th. It's a Tuesday night, and that will be my Pepe's Anime Club live recording of that, and that'll be my fall review / winter preview. That'll be a good time. I hope you can be there for that stream, or any stream. You know, come hang out. It's cool. It's somehow December, so all right, or almost December. It's almost December. It's not December quite yet, but it's getting there. All right, so what am I doing wrong about this? This goes in here. This goes in here. And then this, it says cut out cleanly. This should just slide in here and rest like that, and it's not. And I don't know why. I'm not watching Survivor Series tonight because I pretty much don't watch WWE at this point. Anything WWE does at this point here, pretty much done. Oh, did I have this up? Maybe I had this on. No, I didn't have this on upside down. Oh, I also have to put a sticker on here. Let me put the sticker on first, and then we'll keep talking. But I do know John Cena lost his his last premium live event match. And then he has, I believe, only one more scheduled. Saturday night's main event. But, and there's a tournament to decide who is his opponent. I thought it would have been fun if he had won the Intercontinental title from Dom Mysterio. I thought that would have been kind of cool, but guess they didn't want to do it. And then he would have lost it to whoever beats him. So it would be not just a retirement match, but also a title match. And I thought that sounded interesting, but I don't know. They got another plan. They got other plans. All right. So why can't I do this? What am I doing wrong? I'm doing something wrong. Because this should just slide in like this and just be the waist and stick up. Or not stick up, but like fold in and not stick up. And something is preventing that from happening. So if it's like, and this is the way it should go in. So I could like maybe not push it all the way in and see if that's the problem. Maybe that's it. Nope, that's not doing it either. I thought maybe, or maybe it wasn't pushed all the way in, and now it'll just slide right in. Nope, that's not working either, folks. No idea what's going on here. Come on. I'm going to pop this piece out. I'm going to look at this like this. This is all right. Is this A35? Yes, that's A35. That's fine. It's got to be A35. This should be B13. This should be B15. I'm going to double check. That's B15. That's B13. They're not on the sprue anymore. So that's on there. That's on there. What am I doing wrong? How am I doing this wrong? Because it goes like that. Like that slides in perfect. No fuss, no muss. It's clearly upside down though, but like that works, which is why I was like, oh, I'm doing it wrong. But that can't be the way it goes because it just went on perfect, and it shouldn't stick up. There it is. All right, now I have to do it again with the piece popped in here. Let's see if I can do that again. I have no idea why that suddenly worked and why the other attempts didn't. And now I have to do it again without breaking anything. But I have no fucking clue. Yep, no idea. No idea why that worked like that and didn't work before. Chalk it up to this kit being weird. Maybe it's me. All right. Chest and waist are done. It's time to panel line this thing before I start building other stuff for the arms. So let's just panel line it. Get this looking nice. We're just going to use the black marker on most of it, except for the light purple here, which we will use the gray marker on because it's light. There's not, weirdly enough, there aren't a lot of panels on this that need panel lining because it's just, it's weird angles, but it's a lot of interconnected colors. So like panel lining isn't really going to do much. It's just like, it's weird layers more than anything else, but still throw some stuff on there. So go out the back. The core lander still needs to plug in at some point. Oh, also, this isn't done. I missed a bunch of pieces. I was like, wait, I don't think it's up. I was going to say, do you have the G-Quux around to compare? Last week, I don't have it right in front of me. I also realized I have to put the, I skipped a step. I went to the waist, and I still have the chest. And I was like, this feels like I didn't finish it. And that's because I haven't. So I shouldn't be doing panel lining until I do this. There are some similarities between these two kits, which makes sense. But some of it I'm like, some of it I remember from that. Some I don't remember from it. I just remember the G-Quux was a weird build when I did it, which is not that specific, but it's true. All right, there wasn't a lot of news because it seems like a lot of game sites had like not that many people working on Friday, which makes sense, and also they didn't have a lot to report on. I think the most I saw was like, websites talking about like a little bit of news here and there about gaming stuff. I mean, there isn't much to say. It's just like, this dumbass said something about loving generative AI and whatever. This CEO said a dumb fucking bullshit. That kind of thing. So not much news to report on. But there is one thing that I wanted to talk about. It is not video game related, but it is anime related. So we'll talk about it here because we have been talking a bunch of anime. Rejoice, in quotation marks, fans of Banana Fish, a phenomenally weird, dark, moody, violent, queer anime from 2018, I want to say. 2018, which was a big hit. It was a Amazon exclusive. It remains an Amazon exclusive, and it did not have an English dub. It was just subtitled, and people at the time were fucking pissed about that, and they continue to be pissed about that. That it never got a proper dub. Amazon was not looking, they were looking for exclusives, but they, at that time, weren't doing dubs for things. Maybe it was a bigger hit than they had anticipated it would be. We don't know. We don't know the reasoning for not dubbing it. But now, you can watch Banana Fish with English or Latin American Spanish dub. So you don't have to watch it subtitled anymore. You don't want to, but you can. You absolutely shouldn't watch it. Watch the dub because it was made exclusively with AI. The voices are AI voices. It is not voice acted by real humans. It is all AI generated voice acting. And there was a clip going around on Twitter like yesterday, and I thought it was fake. It was so fucking bad. I was like, there's no fucking way this is real. This has got to be a joke that someone made. And so I looked up and people were reporting on it. And I did my due fucking diligence. I have Amazon Prime. I went in and watched some of, picked an episode that wasn't from the clip that was shown, and went and looked at it, and it is fucking awful. It is unbelievably terrible. It is obviously stilted. It is obviously disconnected, and it does not have any flow to it because humans didn't work on it. It is like the lip dub is like kind of okay, and maybe there's some technology there to improve lip dubbing that would be like worth investigating and looking at, but the majority of it is just unlistenable. Now, I've also heard that, and I can tell you that the Latin American Spanish dub, like, doesn't flow well. I can't tell you if it's like how good or bad it is because I don't speak Spanish, so I can only say that it does sound similarly terrible, but I can't be specific about things. So apparently, Amazon has been experimenting with this. They have been trying to do this with stuff that's like, hey, this isn't in your language. Do you want to listen to this? Lasper says, I only watched a little bit of a clip and was surprised it wasn't worse. Like, I'm surprised it had consistent character voices and it just changed accents or whatever line to line. Yeah, so it's good enough because this is also technology that YouTube has been trying to work with, where like it's a better thing where you're like, oh, okay, well, if you watch this video, hey, here's a Japanese person in a YouTube video. You don't speak Japanese. You wouldn't want to read the subtitles that they have for a bunch of languages that they paid money to have done or did themselves. You want a stilted robot voice to talk and try to approximate what they're saying, right? It's like, no, I don't want that. I don't want auto dub. This is that similar technology. Is it better or worse than Lupin live action English dub? So I don't know exactly what you're talking about. I can't tell you. I can tell you that this is awful, that these are that like it sounds terrible. Yes, they have the voices don't change in the middle of sentences, but they do like mess up. There are pauses, there are weird intonations. There are words that, because this is an anime and there is simile and metaphor, those similes and metaphors you cannot convey properly because a human is not saying the words. It is awful. And like, I've listened to some bad dubs, right? Like I've watched anime with cheap ass dubs. Like, oh, okay, this show didn't have a budget, or if it did have a budget, they didn't spend it on this or whatever. Like, are all these people friends with somebody who is doing the localization? Like, what's going on here? I have certainly heard bad dubs before, but this is a new level of bad. And again, a thing to be specific about is that this one hurts because it's Banana Fish. Because it's a critically and commercially acclaimed anime, like a good fucking anime that is also a queer story. The fact that this has been done to that, a show that people like have been waiting for some kind of dub. They were like, well, maybe on an anniversary they'll do a dub. Like, maybe we have to wait till 2028, but maybe in 2028 they'll do a dub of it. Like, there have been people who've just been patient for it, and this is what they get. And it sucks. Fucking sucks. Not just because of the terrible AI future, not just because it's a fucking bad dub, and also they aren't using fucking voice talent. It's that it's fucking this particular anime. That just sucks. Really bummed me out when I started seeing stuff yesterday about it. Ugh, that show deserves better. If you haven't watched it, it's real good. But don't watch the dub. Ugh. Annoyed. Let's see. Kotaku put up a list of a bunch of indie games that were on sale, or not on sale, but still you should watch. I don't know if you saw, but people also found AI dub for No Game No Life, a show that had already been dubbed. Lastberg, I didn't see that. I would not be surprised to see more of them because this is a big experiment. If a show if it's like Amazon, right? Amazon original, right? Or a show that Amazon helped get that nobody else had, it makes sense that they would do that. But for No Game No Life, it's like, did they not license the dub for a service? They only license the subtitles, so they're doing this auto. Because if they say, well, any show that is not in English, we're doing auto dub for, like, they could just say that, and it's probably not in a contract with the license holder. Hey, we're going to put your show with subtitles on our service. They probably, I should clarify that. They probably specifically have something in their clause where they aren't going to like go and cast their own dub without licensing for that. But they probably don't have something in there that says we're going to have technology that auto generates it. They probably don't have that. But I would say any anime on Amazon Prime that doesn't have an official dub with names attached to it, I would imagine will have this, because Amazon isn't going to care that people are pissed off. Now, they may care if their licensors get pissed off, right? Like that might move the needle. If people they have licensed for content to have on their service are like, hey, don't fucking do that. That's not in our contract, or whatever. Or, okay, well, now if we're negotiating with Amazon, we have to include these things because they will just fucking do this shit. But doing it for one that already has it, and yeah, it makes me wonder, does that show have a dub that was there? You know, that kind of thing. So now I guess when I'm recommending anime that has, and I'm saying like, oh, it's dubbed and whatever, it's subbed, I'm going to have to like look up the dubbed cast on IMDb or AnimeDB. I'm going to have to look up the fucking cast to make sure that it has an actual cast of real voice actors. Because I don't watch a lot of dubs, I'll just say. I don't particularly. I just watched the dub for The Cat Returns. Hey, Lord Crashington. The Cat Returns, which fucking rules. I watched the dub of that because I didn't know it had a dub. I got told it was on HBO Max, and I was like, oh shit, cool. And then I found out I had a dub, and Tim Curry's in the dub, and I was like, well, I'm going to watch that. And that's pretty okay. It's not great. It's not a great dub, but it's a pretty good one. And like I said, Tim Curry's in it, and Tim Curry fucking rules. So I was like, okay, well, I'll watch some of this. And I did enjoy it. It's not my preferred. Still not. I don't think it's ever going to be my preferred. My preferred is always has always been original language of a show. But if I gotta watch a dub, I'll watch a dub. Yeah, it just is what it is. Ooh, sorry. So John Walker over at Kotaku does have a list of some indie games you could get. This weekend. Where he posted on Blue Sky like, hey, tell me about an indie game that's coming out that I should tell people to go and wish list for Thanksgiving. Or are already out. Which seemed pretty good. I looked at his list. some of them were things that I've played, some of them were things that I've never heard of. So I was like, oh, all right, well, we'll talk about a few of them. I wish listed a few. One that kind of sparked my interest was Shard Squad, which is an auto battler that is unbelievably cute looking. It is out now. It came out at the beginning of November. I do like it. I don't love auto battlers, but I do like auto battlers. I'll say that. And this one did spark my interest again because it is cute designs. It's got like a Pokemon kind of vibe to it without being like explicitly stealing from the Pokemon company. It does have that vibe, and so I was like, oh, this looks pretty cute. I've definitely done this before. Here we go. It goes like that. That's right. It goes like that, and then this goes like that. Great. Did one. Now we have to do the other one here, and we can just do it exactly the same. So that one looked cute. That looked pretty cool. Shard Squad. Let's see. Sheep Herders. Or Sheep Herds, I should say. Sheep Herds is out, and I watched the demo for this, and this looked really cool. Which is a competitive sheep herding, which is a real thing in the United Kingdom. That it is a real competitive sport. It's called a sport. And this is kind of like that, but also a fucking video game. 4-player. You're all dog trying to get sheep into barns and stuff, and you can sabotage each other. And it just came out. I watched the demo of that, and I thought that looked really fucking cute. Lord Crash says, I've seen Babe. Yeah, imagine that, but sabotage, because it's a video game. Let's see, maybe one more. I wrote down just a few that struck my fancy. I would say that you should watch the trailer for Nova Forever. Nova Forever is not out yet. It is a TBA. It is a point-and-click adventure game. And the art style, I would describe the art style as like Steven Universe, but without any hard angles. Like everything is very like cherubic almost, I guess. Maybe I don't know. It had like, I don't know, but it definitely is Steven Universe Adventure Time kind of inspired with its own thing. It's got its own thing going on, but it does have that vibe to me anyway. And I thought it looked really cool. And the jokes landed. Now, will the jokes land in the full release? I don't know. Comedy is fucking hard in video games, but the jokes in the trailer were pretty fucking solid, and I would say you should check that out. I thought it was pretty cool. Like one more. Hey, what about a visual novel? I'll recommend one visual novel, TBA, that the trailer looked real good. Again, I was just looking at trailers that were posted here in Kotaku. Someone did the work for me, and then I just went in and looked at a few and gave my thoughts of like what I thought was stood out from that. The Willow Mist the Willow Mist Emporium of Antiques and Curiosities, which is a fucking mouthful. The Willow Mist, one word, Emporium of Antiques and Curiosities is It's like a visual novel, but also a shop simulator. So it is a mesh of those two genres, and I like those two genres. I mean, visual novel's not a genre; it's just a style of game. But actually making it the store elements important seems kind of cool. So I am going to give that a shot. I've wishlisted that. But yeah, seems like a fun little thing. I might play it, even if it does seem to directly violate a rule for me in fiction, where it has to be really good for me to get over the fact that a character is like customers and employees are gonna date. Like I'm generally opposed to that. So it takes a special story, a special game or media for me to be like, okay, all right. When we talk about Catch Me at the Ballpark, I brought up several times that like the thing about Catch Me at the Ballpark I like the least is the two main characters like interpersonal relationship, because one of them is dependent on the other. One is slowly emotionally depending on the other, and one is genuinely financially dependent on the other. And it's just like, I don't like that. Don't like that. It's supposed to be cute, but I don't find it cute. I apologize. There's something in my eye, and it's Great. I think I got it. We'll see. My apologies. But yeah, slow news day. That often happens right after a holiday, like American Thanksgiving. So didn't really have much as far as news stories go. That fucking AI dub story kind of fell into my lap. I wasn't necessarily even really looking for it. I just saw yesterday that was people were talking about it, and I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. I'm a bit busy these days. Right before I get unbelievably not busy. So these are the kind of final days of that. As many of you know, one of the gigs that I have is I do data entry for a company that does contract work for other people. And so why can't I get this to fucking fit? So one of the jobs I do is data entry for like presentations and things like that. Sometimes it is convention presentations. Sometimes it's just inter-office presentations. It depends on the client and depends on the job. And sometimes I am taking an old presentation and adding new information to it and deleting old information or updating it. Like literally, I had a job this year that was, okay, anywhere it says 2024, make it say 2025. And then here is some new data enter on these slides or whatever. And it's not for much money to do that, but it also takes no time. And some are from scratch. Now, as you may understand, most companies that would have these kinds of presentations, be it in front of an audience at a convention or just in a room on a Zoom call or in person, most of these presentations don't happen in December. Some do, most don't. So right now we're just doing all of the work that is necessary. Okay, so that looks like that, and then that goes like that. Okay. Right now, we are just doing all the work that people like finishing off the end of the year. And of course, everyone is trying to cram in whatever meetings they suddenly need to have as soon as possible, right? So the first week of December, the first like week and a half of the month, everyone is going to get their shit in and then be done. So I have been doing a lot of that, and I have more coming to kind of work out and finish off, which is fine because it's money and I'll do it. And then towards the second half of December, I just fucking don't do anything because nobody has any money. So there are presentations, there are conventions, there are speaking engagements, there are events that these people have in January, but they don't pay for January stuff out of their December budget if they can avoid it. Because then they have to try to get reimbursed. So instead, what ends up happening is the first week of January. So let me do a little math here. Let me look at the calendar here. So yeah, basically, it won't be the 2nd because that's a Friday. Like people, they'll be off. Basically, on Monday, January 5th, I will get a bunch of gigs coming my way. And it will be great to have. I'll be very excited to have those gigs. But those gigs aren't coming until that day. Like, they're not coming any earlier than that. They should come earlier than that. People should plan ahead. Some will. Occasionally, some do. And so I will have, like, at the end of December, I'll have, like, 2 or 3 gigs instead of, like, 7 to 10 gigs. Small little jobs, and mostly those will be updates. Those will be simple things, but most of the gigs are going to come in that first week, that 5th of January. I'm going to get a bunch of stuff for that week or the next week, like short turnaround nonsense, like complete fucking, like, come on, what are we doing here? Because nobody ever learns. I literally did have, because I don't talk to clients. That is one of the unbelievable benefits of doing this job, is that I don't have to talk to any clients because I'm working through a company and not doing this on my own. I obviously I make less money that way, but I don't fucking ever have to talk to anybody generally, unless occasionally people are offered the opportunity to pay for a meeting, and then I will go in and have a meeting with people. But generally, I don't fucking do that shit, and I'm glad for it. But occasionally, like I said, people do want to have a meeting and tell me things that I'm doing that they didn't like and talk in person. And I'm like, okay, sure. You got to pay for that, but sure. And then, yeah, most of the time I'm just getting whatever. And every once in a while, I will hear people being like, next year, we're going to do this. Like, we're not going to wait until the last minute next year. I'm like, yeah, sure. See you in January. See you fuckers in January. All right. All right. Got those stickers done. Now we got to do the other side, and then there's sticker number 9. Which is this one, goes and rides it. Okay. These stickers are so small. I hate them. I hate them so much. Look at that. Look how fucking small this sticker is. Fuck you. And where does it even fucking go? It just says 9 and then points like that. Does it go? It seems like the kit for bullshit tiny stickers. Yes. And it's like a wild thing considering that it won the poll, right? Directly after a kit that was mostly stickers, I jumped from that to this, which is like, again, really tiny stickers, but it's okay. Yeah, that's sticker 9. I'm not even fucking sure where it goes. I want to say it goes. You must. Okay. Yeah. All right. It must go like this. Yeah. No, but then where does it goes like that? That. It's wild that I don't like. I have this sticker here, and I like don't know where it's supposed to go. Let me make this let me make Fred big here and look. Okay, so goes like that. Then this goes like underneath and around to the front of it then. Okay, I kind of understand that. Okay. This sticker is just really fucking tiny and bullshit. Over here. You go over there. You go small again. All right, so like... Okay, yeah, it wraps around and connects. Kind of. All right, and then I gotta pull this down and hope that I didn't ruin it. Yeah, I should do this first before I do the other ones. All right. I think that'll hold. We get this other one here. We will take a pause for the cause in a moment or two. I'm going to get these stickers done. Then we'll do that. I'll talk about ways you can support the channel and then get in all that. And then I'll talk about anime that I have been watching and games I've been playing and all that. We'll get into all that stuff, so stay tuned for that. Pretty relaxed on chat today, which is okay. It's always fine. That is not me condemning y'all. I just noticed. Pretty relaxed. That's okay. You can be. Nothing wrong with it. There it is. Whew, these tiny stickers are a bastard. All right. Also, no one's gonna fucking see these. Maybe I'll display this kit, but I don't necessarily think I will. Come on. It really sucks because I can't see. There it is. I sometimes can't see where the sticker is because it's mostly clear and a little bit of green. All right. That's done. Let's get this last sticker done and then we can take a pause of the cause. And then hopefully, yeah, looking at this, the rest of these arms don't have any stickers on them. So this is the last sticker I have to do for a bit. I just have to get it out of here. But once I get it out of here and on, I don't have to worry about stickers for like a hot second. So, hooray. All right. I spent today doing some work in from aforementioned data entry position, which was fine. And then also I listened while doing it almost exclusively to Christmas music. K-pop Demon Hunters soundtrack, Christmas music. Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame, the VTuber who sings, did an ad like an hour and a half karaoke, where she did mostly Christmas music, but a couple songs that aren't Christmas music. But whatever, that's fine. Oops, this moved. I moved it. And so, but I do have, right now I have Christmas music and also a couple K-pop Demon Hunter songs stuck in my head in like a weird rotation where I'm jumping between them, depending on my thoughts at the moment. Oh yeah, let's put this head on. This is the head we want. We want this head, I think. I think that's better than the earthed one. Opened earth one or whatever. All right, we'll put those there. Because now we're going to move on to the rest of the shoulders, and then we're going to put the whole thing together in the second hour. As you can see, Christmas, it's happening. We all deserve a little fun on Christmas, so there we go. Now is the part of the stream where I'm going to talk to you. That's right, you. Talk to you about a few ways you can support what I do here. Everything I'm about to talk to you is optional. You are under no obligation to do any of these things, but if you would like to, I would love it. Dirty says, I usually start my post-Thanksgiving Christmas season, start with Jim Neighbors. That man had some pipes on him. Hell yeah, I hear you. I get what you're saying. But yeah, like Dirty, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime, you link it with your Twitch, you get a token you can use for anyone. If you want to use it for me, I would love that. That would be great. You don't have to, but you can. It is nice to do that, but don't feel obligated. I mentioned currently at 28 subscribers, the goal is to get to 40. There is currently a promotion going on where if you gift 5 or more gift subs, you save 35%. And it's a Twitch-wide promotion, so it's not out of my cut, it's literally out of Twitch's cut. So if you want to subscribe, you could do that and save some money. And then also Twitch owes money, and I get the same amount, and it's great. Because we're currently at 28 subscribers, and we want to get to 40, and I shut up about the number of subscribers I have when I hit 40. Consider donating some subs. Let some people get some cool emotes, and not have to see ads. There are other ways to support what I do here, and I will mention those. You can also jump over to my Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear. There is a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. There are different rewards for different tiers. Consider joining me on Patreon. My Patreon Q&A just happened. I posted it yesterday. That is the only exclusive content that I do. It is just for people who are on my Patreon. So if you want to get a little bit of money there, you know, like throw a little money there, get a little exclusive content, you can do that. I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/PatBear. Over on my YouTube, you can subscribe for free, of course. And please do, and watch the videos over there. And if you want to become a member for just $2 a month, you can jump in on there as a membership, and you will get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. So I will have a new theme starting this Wednesday, and you can find out what that new theme is on Tuesday. That's pretty cool. So feel free to do that. Is there anything else I want to say there? I don't know. Everything I make through YouTube, which includes watching my videos, and through Patreon, through Twitch, all goes into a fund, and from that fund, I buy model kits like this kit. I bought this kit because I got a Gundam Planet because Amazon didn't have it in stock. So I got a Gundam Planet, and I was like, I'm going to get that. Also, direct donations. I didn't mention direct donations. If you want to throw in $1 or $2 to my Ko-Fi or my PayPal, you can do that. But yeah, the money goes into model kits. I've bought a bunch of model kits and Lego sets. I have a good backlog right now. I have one kit that has been my backlog for most of the year, but everything else is pretty new and pretty fresh. So I'm excited for next year about the things that I can buy, or build, I should say. Now, if you want to say, Pat, that's great, but don't build anything from there. Build what I want you to build. There's a way to do that. You go to my Amazon wish list and buy something there, and it will jump the queue, become the next thing that I have to build, and I will make a dedicated YouTube video about the thing you purchased. Christmas is coming up, as if you didn't know. And so if you want to get me the gift of something for me to build on stream, you could do that. You don't have to, but you could. I've got model kits and Lego sets, inexpensive kits, expensive kits, some knockoff stuff, a few things. Have a quote-unquote Cyber Monday deal right now. A few knockoff Lego things, some brick kits have that. So if you see something there that you're like, oh yeah, Pat, you should build this thing. You pick that up and I'll put it together on their Cyber Monday deals. Not Small Business Saturday. They jumped right to Cyber Monday. But yeah, I got a bunch of things that I would love to build. If you see something there you'd like to see me put together, feel free, or at least consider picking it up for me to build. That would be great. I would love it. And then eventually I will. Next year I'm gonna buy an expensive kit. I'll get some gift cards coming in, and I will use those gift cards to buy something there off my wish list that is very expensive. What that will be, I don't know. I don't know what it will be. But there will be something that will be pricey. It won't be the Tall Geese Fugle. That's $150. I'm not going to do that. What just happened here? Jam just subscribed with Prime. That's 91 months. Thank you so much, Jam. Let's throw the Bear Cave Lego site Tier 2 Blue Emote. Thank Jam very much for the continued support. Thank you, Jam. Appreciate you very much. Thank you for the support. Yeah, I'll probably buy an expensive model kit next year. I don't know what it'll be. I'll put like a couple things up for vote. I always do that, and people will be able to vote. It'll be like a Google vote, and it'll be like, do you want me to buy? I don't know what it'll be like. The Gundam Aerial Master Grade SD. You know, like, do you want me to buy? Like, I don't know. Like maybe I'll put the Wing Zero on the, like, I haven't put the Wing Zero on the list. The Wing Zero, I should put it on the list. Real grade. You know, by January next year, it'll be even pricier than it is now, but I'll put it on the wish list, and then like people can be like, oh yeah. You should put that on the wish list, Pat, and you should put that up for vote, because maybe I will. Maybe I'll get that. It's pretty pricey. I'll tell you that right now. It's just expensive. It's an expensive model kit. You know, it is what it is. My alternative to Amazon is I have a wish list on Throne. You can support me on there and pick up something for you to build, and same rules apply with Amazon. And if you want to be weird about it, if you want to do something that's the most complicated thing possible to support me financially, you can go to USA Gundam Store. USA Gundam Store, they will sell you a gift card, and they will send you a code on your email with the gift card code. Then you can send me a whisper on Twitch or a DM on Twitter or Blue Sky or Mastodon with that gift card code. And then I will use that gift card code to buy something from USA Gundam Store. And you can make a suggestion. You can say, hey, I saw they have this thing. You should buy that. And I'll go like, yeah, I'll buy that. That sounds good. I'll pick that up. Sounds like a thing that I should do. If you want to support me but not spend any money, you can always join my Discord. We would love to have you in the Discord. You're welcome to come hang out there. That would be cool. Feel free to jump in on the Discord. Oops, that's the wrong thing. I put USA Gundam Store in twice. My apologies. Discord. Jump in on the Discord. It'll be nice to have you. A couple video links for you to check out. I did an investigation on Pat Bear's Anime Club, if you can believe it. I did an investigation on a streaming service called Ocean Vale. It is a new anime streamer in 2025. And I was like, what's the fucking deal with this site? It turns out it's some stuff that is available other places, and also adult-oriented subs, and some dubs, some old, some simuldub. It's where the horny shit is. And I imagine that things will change when they get well known enough that credit card companies are like, wait, what are you? So we'll see how that goes long term. But short term, I talked about it. You know, I made the video. Please watch it. It didn't do great. That's okay, but it didn't do great. And then Kuma Baer is my weekly anime recommendation series, where every week I talk about something, you know, some kind of anime that I want to chat about. There's a different theme every month, and this month's theme, November's theme, was shows I slept on. In this case, it's a movie I slept on. It was a movie that I hadn't seen because people told me it was bad, and they were fucking wrong. Now, was it incredible? No. But it's really fun and good. The Cat Returns is the worst Ghibli movie. And it might actually be the worst Ghibli movie, but that bar is so high that it's still really fucking fun. You should check it out. And as I mentioned earlier, the dub has fucking Tim Curry in it. So, like, come on, what are we doing here? But yeah, it was really good, and I'm mad that I waited so long to watch it. People were as I said in my message social media post about it, liars lied to me. Because it's fun. It is a spin-off of another movie. You don't have to watch that movie to enjoy it. It's great. You'll have a good time with it. You should watch it. Put it on your wish list. It's the first movie I've recommended on Kuma Baer. But I felt strongly about that one. All right. I'm going to talk about some anime, some recent episodes of anime. We'll get into that. I'm also going to take a drink of water because I really need that. We have to get back to the overhead camera so we can keep working on these arms. And we'll do all that right now. We have a little more. We're in episode 10 of May I Ask for One Final Thing, and episode 9 of My Awkward Senpai. Very different shows. 2 very different shows. But we'll talk about them now. We are certainly heading towards the end of May I Ask for One Final Thing. Actually, I usually do this, and I forgot to do this here. I forgot to see how many episodes that these shows have. I usually look towards the end. So let's see. This is going to be May I? Nope. Why is that? The filter is not filtering. Whoops. Sorry about that. Why can't I find the show that I want here? Let me do alphabetical. I'll do alphabetical. I don't know why I'm can't find this fucking anime here. It's got to be fall 2025. Yep, okay. Jesus Christ. I just want to see if this show has... Okay, My Awkward Senpai is just 12 episodes. That makes sense. May I ask for one final thing? Oh, because it's coming out early on streaming platforms, it's in another category. That's right. I forgot that it's counted. AnyChart considers it an OVA. If a show comes out on streaming a week before it's on TV, they go by TV stuff. So, or if it's only on streaming services, it ends up in OVA ONA special, which I think is dumb. That's how they do it. That's why I couldn't find the show. So now I'm scrolling down. May I ask for one final thing? Is 13 episodes. Okay. It is 13 episodes. All right. So they are still gearing up. Episode 10 of May I Ask for One Final Thing. A character that was introduced in episode like 2 or 3 as a maid who turned out to be an assassin, once again tries to assassinate our girl Scarlet, but Scarlet sees through Nanaka, knocks her out, knocks him out, and then gets rid of the brainwashing that he had. And then we find out, hey, Alflame, the dragon man, who we thought was going to side with the Holy Empire, isn't siding with the Holy Land. They're going to side with us, which is weird. But that's because he wants to marry Scarlet. So it like kind of makes sense. So there is an uneasy kind of truce there because, again, he's got ulterior motives and all that. And also he is not the next, he should be the next king, but he's going to have to fight for it because when it's coming in time, you don't get appointed king. You have to do the fighting to get there. So he's like, I help you in this case, you help me later. So it's like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Also, one of the kingdoms that they're going to fight against, Falconia, they have a bunch of elves and beastkin, and he's like, hey, I noticed I don't think they want to be in this fight. They seem like kind of like listless and lazy. I feel like we could talk them, like somebody could talk them out of it. Like I don't think they want to be here, which is interesting. So, we're preparing for this war, but this war could be preventable. It's possible that they could be talked out of getting in there. So they're going to go send some people to go negotiate. And they're like, this would be great, because if that happens, then this fight just kind of falls. This upcoming war kind of just fucking falls apart if their support fails. So they're going to send Diana's half brother Dios to go negotiate, and Nanaka goes with him because Nanaka is a beastkin. So maybe he can go and convince the beastkin to, like, hey, you don't want this smoke. Let's see. Yeah. So then Scarlet joins in with the Dragon Man's posse, his dragoons flight. They are people with dragon blood in them who pilot dragons. So apparently he's been telling everyone that the quote unquote Inferno Bride, which is Scarlet's nickname, she's got red hair sometimes, but she doesn't right now, but sometimes she does. That Scarlet is engaged, that they're engaged, they're going to get married, and that Rex, who is her dragon companion, that he sent Rex as a wedding present. And so she's just like, hey, Rex, light all these fuckers on fire, which is good. They are pretty much immune to dragon flames, so it's fine. They don't even blink. It's a good bit. There are a bunch of monsters that they're fighting with, so they haven't even gotten to the war part, but they still have to deal with a bunch of goddamn monsters out there. I'm sorry, folks. This is taking a little while here. I gotta get this. This should lock in place, and then this should. I think, yeah, because this is just way too loose. So there is a way to do this that makes it not like that. And I can't figure that out, so I'm trying it. Trying it here. Let me try the other one, see. If I do this without... It looks like this. This is on this side. And then this goes in. Okay, almost got it. Nope. I don't remember this being a problem on the other kits that I did of this that are similar to this, but this one's just being weird. All right, I got it on that side. See if I can get it on this side. pull it out, take a look at it. Once again, make sure I'm doing this correctly. This goes like this. This looks like that. There's a little bit of a, there's like a little indent here, like a key almost. There it is. I got it. I had to just take it out and put it back in, but now I got it. And there's a little excess here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so a bunch of monsters show up, so they got to fight these goddamn monsters. They are a bunch of orcs led by an orc lord, and apparently the orc lord has been hypnotized by Terraneza, the soul from another world like hers, or soul from another world that has been taken over by a goddess's body. And one of the dragoons named Mitch has been taken captive. Mitch was in the background previously, but now we know his name. Mitch has been kidnapped. Basically, the Orc Lord is then just like, I'm going to eat a bunch of women and children first. I'm definitely going to eat you. His head gets chopped off and his head regenerates, which is a fucking good trick. But regeneration doesn't mean much when Scarlet can slow down time and punch him so many times that he can't regenerate fast enough because time is slowed, and she punches him to death. And it has been a hot minute since we had a fucking scene like that in this show, and it was sorely missed because this scene fucking whips ass. It's so fucking good. It's so fun. And everyone's fucking stoked about it because the orcs all run away because their lord got killed spectacularly. And then the Dragon Knights are all like, Scarlet rules, like Scarlet saved Mitch, and also beat the shit out of that fucking thing. So they're all stoked about Scarlet. And then the episode ends with finding out that apparently negotiations with Falconia, the country, aren't going well. And so we'll find out more in episode 11. But yeah, we got 13 episodes of the show. Like I said, there was a lot of intrigue in previous episodes and a lot of like, oh, that's your half-brother, and oh, this is the man that betrayed you, and all this other stuff, and finding out the solution to the goddess issue, and or what she needs to do, and getting upgraded on her powers and all that. But this episode just had her whipping an orc lord's ass, and it was real good. And it is, this show is not necessarily animated high quality, but when it does have a scene that it wants to look good, it can fucking make a scene look good. And this had that, so A+ from your pen. I'm surprised she let all the bride stuff slide as much as she did, says Lashbrook. Yeah, I mean, she did send him flying before. I think she's mostly like, it seems like Scarlet eventually is like, I will just deal with you later. Like, there are bigger problems right now. Like, she's not happy about the fact that he's been telling people that they're going to get married. She does have, she does ask Rex to light them all on fire. But yeah, I feel like she's going to get more mad about stuff later. Like, she's got a long memory, I feel like. And then episode 9 of My Awkward Senpai. Unbelievable scenes of My Awkward Senpai. So if you haven't been watching this show, it's very cute. These are coworkers. One is, a new person on the job, Yu, and Azusa is his kind of like supervisor. She's looking out for him. She's trying to help him out. And she's trying to be a good kohai. And he's trying to get settled into work, and they have chemistry, and they like each other. And it's very clear that they should start dating. And everybody understands they should start dating, including like the mom, or one of their moms. And it's just like a whole thing. But but it's a sitcom, so they haven't. But it's because it's a sitcom, they have been put in unbelievably awkward situations, like ridiculously awkward situations, which has been fun. And then here we go. A coworker of theirs is like, wait, like, are they dating? Like, wondering if they're dating. They seem really close. So it's like, So, yeah. Kankaji is just like, what's going on there? And certainly interested in finding out what the deal is. Azusa and you are going clothes shopping, and Azusa is having trouble just like talking to people and dealing with like the employees. She's just having a rough time. Like the small talk stuff just isn't working for her. So she's having trouble. So you is just like, I will talk to them and that way you can shop. Like he kind of saves the day by like talking to them about things because they're just doing their job. They want to help, but also probably upsell. And she's just not feeling that and not comfortable with that. So he's just like, oh yeah, I'll help you out. And then later, Azusa notices that Yu is meeting with a woman that she doesn't recognize. Who's this woman that seems like very comfortable around Yu? What is this? What's going on? Doesn't know what the deal is. And then Kankaji and Hota notice that Azusa is like really bummed. Like she is clearly bummed about seeing you with some woman and just been like, what's going on with this? And so they all go to a spa. And then there's a whole like, misunderstanding where Yu is confused if Azusa likes someone, and then like it's very clear that Kankaji is just interested in pushing buttons, like makes up a whole thing about like, oh yeah, Azusa's real cute, just to make you panic. And then Yu is worried, Azusa is worried about Yu and this woman she saw, which like, who you don't know who that is. It doesn't, you won't know until you talk to him about it. You should just talk to him. But it's a sitcom. So instead of talking about it, she's just going to beat herself up about it and feel bad. And then also not really investigate why she's feeling bad about it. She's just going to feel bad about it. And then like, there's a point where they're walking together and they're like almost ready to ask about what's going on, but then stop themselves. And then they go for drinking. And then this is where the misunderstandings kind of come to a head a bit, is that they're having a drink and Azusa is just like, I like having you as a junior. You're great. Like as a kohai, like you're pretty rad. And he's just like, I won't be a kohai forever. I won't be your junior forever. Now she misunderstands that and thinks that he's like, because you're bad at being a senpai, so I can't wait until I don't have to like be mentored by you. And he obviously means I would like you at some point to see me as as either just a coworker or perhaps to see me as a man. Like he's just like, I won't be the young guy in the office forever. So it's a misunderstanding and she doesn't get what's going on. And then later when Yu is sober, he's just like, oh, Kankaji was just like messing with me, I think. Like he figures that out. And then Yu ends up going home, and that woman that we don't know anything about is there in the apartment in her underwear, hanging out. Now, do I know that is his sister? No, I don't know. I have not read the source material, but I am aware of how sitcoms work. So there's no way in fucking hell that is a woman that he is romantically involved with, that is his sister or aunt or childhood friend that they have no romantic feelings for one another because she's gay or something. But just like, there's no way that is like a girl that he's been sleeping with on the side. Like, that's just, this whole fucking thing is so cliche that like, top to bottom, and not in a bad way, just in an obvious way, that there's just no way in hell that they're pulling like an introduction in episode 9 of 12. They're not pulling introduction of like making a love triangle, or like he's had a girlfriend this whole time. Like, no. This is a cliche, like, misunderstanding thing. I don't know what it is specifically. Again, I don't know, but I know it's got to be one of those things. Just wheel myself in here. Sorry. I know it's got to be one of them things, because it's not that he's been seeing someone this whole time. Like, that's just not how these shows work. I've really been enjoying it. I know I'm a broken record on this, but I am a sucker for adults, in a adult relationship manga or anime. I'm just a sucker for it these days. I don't mind a good high school one. I'm enjoying Yano. I think Yano is a great show. So I am really enjoying Yano-kun's Ordinary Days. I think that's fantastic. So like, I'm not here to say, oh yeah, I don't like any kind of teen things, but I am pretty damn happy when I get to see a fun adult manga or anime, like adult relationships as an anime. I'm stoked about that. Let's see. Just got offered a code for a video game based on an acclaimed strategy board game. And I might ask for a code for this. I don't know. It is a board game that came out 3 years ago. I don't even know. Wait. Okay, yeah, this is a video game adaptation. They got kickstarted. Okay. That's fun. It is a asymmetrical cooperative dungeon defense game for 1 to 4 players, where you play as the monsters protecting their hard-earned treasure after invading hordes of heroes. Digital rendition of this game offers asymmetrical co-op dungeon defense play as its tabletop counterpart, with a bevy of added extras like solo play against the AI, which obviously isn't in the tabletop game. And it's got a tutorial. I'm probably going to ask for a code for this game, because I can maybe find a stream to play it. I don't know. Will I play it? I don't know, but I'll ask for a code for it. It seems kind of neat. At the very least, I'll get a code and look at it, but I don't know if I'll stream it. Anyway, now is the part of the stream, because we got some time here. I want to hear from you, friends. I want to hear from you. What are you watching right now? What are you playing? What are you up to? What are you into? What do you got going on? I always love hearing from you about those things and things. On Tuesday, I didn't talk about this on Thursday. I'm sorry I didn't talk about it Thursday, but I was so full of Thanksgiving dinner and caffeine. I didn't talk about Leave It Alone. I finished Leave It Alone after the stream was over. I went back in and kept playing. And I don't think I'm going to do another run of it. There are runs you can do. There is like an achievement for beating the game in like 40 minutes, which I think is possible, or beating it without, so like at least 2 runs, because I could beat it in 40 minutes, I think. Because I think I could optimize it. And there's also a version of the run that you can do where you are what do you call it? What do I want to say? Oh, there's a version of it where you don't use the vents, which you definitely need for the 40-minute run. And like, yeah, I like that game a lot. It's like $6, $7. I recommend it. You should play Leave It Alone. It is a fun little game. The loop, especially once you get the leaf blower. Once you get the leaf blower, it's just fucking fun to play. Yeah, there are a couple achievements in that I didn't get. I didn't get the like drop a bag from 15 kilometers. Most I had was 10. So you have to like throw it up and then have it land. And I just couldn't figure out how to do that. But I did have a lot of fun playing it, and I do recommend it. It was a good little time. The end, there is an ending to it, and the ending is silly in a way that I really like. I did find all the photos off stream too, because I couldn't find one of them. It was hidden in a very annoying spot, but I eventually did find that photo. So yeah, I would say you should check that game out. It's a good time. But I want to hear from you. If you're playing anything, or if you have plans this weekend, you're doing anything fun you want to let me know about, seeing any movies or anything like that. I always love hearing from you about those things and things. So please consider letting me know what the deal is. Let's work on the other arm of this kit. Man, I thought we would be on the legs by now, but this kit is detailed and the stickers are annoying. So there's a lot to do with this kit. The other F20. Let's see. Other games. Helldivers 2. Played a little more of that. A couple people in the multiplayer crew are just like real gung-ho about that. So we did get a little bit more of that game in, and that's been fun. The month is almost over for Hearthstone, so I was trying to rack up some more wins. Most of the decks I've found fun lately have been in standard. So I've been playing some standard decks. But I am hoping that the mini set, which we're a ways off on. We're nowhere near the mini set, but I'm hoping the mini set is good and that there's some weird shit going on in there, because right now it's a little light. On fun, silly decks. So I've been a little like about it, but still having fun. And then Nubby's Number Factory, I will be showing that off on Tuesday. That'll be Tuesday's stream, so please check that out. I really enjoy Nubby's Number Factory, and the cosmetic patch that came in has been really fun. That has been a fun one to goof around in. My Nubby has a monocle and a top hat, and that's silly. And there was one new mode that really fucking sucks that I did play, and eventually I beat, but it was very hard. It was so fucking random, and I will show that. I will show that mode off in the next time I look at it. I'll show that one, because I think it's like kind of messed up in a way that's like really interesting. Basically, some pegs take on randomized things. There's a number of things that could be. Also, there are some new food items, which changes the game a bit dramatically, and also so that's fun to see. And then also there's like they changed how one of the items operates, and that has opened up some stuff in a way that I'm like really interested in. Temporary upgrades is like a really cool item in the game now. So I've been like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. So yeah, I will stream that. I am excited. I've been playing a little bit of it, and I look forward to streaming that for everybody on Tuesday. Lashbrook says, for my delayed Thanksgiving, I decided to watch a Thanksgiving movie, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. You know what? Counts. Ended up watching the whole trilogy. I maintain 3 isn't as bad as people say. It's just trying to do too much. 3 should have been 3 and 4. Yes, Lashbrook. I think 3's biggest sin, Peter's weird in it. And that's the point. but I think that like the biggest sin of 3 is that 3 is too many movies in there. I would agree. John's here. Hey, John. Happy to have you here. Just finished up Godzilla Singular Point and started reading the Sailor Moon manga from Volume 1. Hell yeah, enjoy it. It's been a long time since I read the Sailor Moon manga, but I hope you have a great time with that. That's awesome. And I hope you enjoyed the Godzillas. Oh yeah, Peter really sucks even before the symbiote suit. Yes, Lashbrook. Totally. Also, welcome Bread Comet. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you being here. Welcome, of course. All right, so we put this on here. Now I gotta do the can do this here. Okay. F and D. So we'll get these pieces out here we need for that. Lord Crashton says, I beat Ball Pit and still have plenty to do in it, which is good. That's always nice when you beat a game and it's just like, well, now it's time to do all the other stuff in this cool game. That's a great feeling. You've been getting back to One Piece as you're in Dressrosa. Dressrosa is a long arc until other arcs that are longer, but Dressrosa is a really long arc and a lot happens, which is really weird with the toy stuff. Yes, I do like this tournament that Lucy is in, and the big face-off he has against an old man that used to have a drill-shaped head that blames Garp for his problems. I don't know how Luffy kept his disguise intact despite everything he's done so far. Yes. The tournament arc inside of the Dressrosa arc is really fun. You would not be surprised to find out that there are a bunch of characters in that arc that like become kind of important. Not like long-term important, but like kind of important to the whole thing. Like there are characters in there that mean a lot to people. I'll say that. Also, you're well way away from some really cool moments for some characters. Like there are a couple characters that don't do shit in Dressrosa. Because Oda realized he had too many fucking cooks. He just had too many people. So there are a few people that take a break, but some folks get to really shine in this one. And so I look forward to you continuing. Dirty says, making friends in Dreamlit Valley and crafting gear in Monster Hunter Wilds. Probably going to put up the tree tomorrow after I make my run for gas station breakfast tacos. Hell yeah. Sometimes you just need some breakfast tacos. I hear you. Yeah, so I think I'm going to tackle the outside of the house this week. I talked about this earlier in the stream. I'm going to tackle the outside of the house this week and then put up the tree this weekend. My dad bought a real tree, a small real tree, and he is going to decorate that, so I don't have to do anything with that. That is his tree. But we have an artificial tree in the house that I will take the lead on getting up and getting decorated, and my mom will supervise, and my dad will hopefully not supervise as well, and it'll just be my mom supervising, because then my mental health will be good or better. But if they're all involved, it becomes a fucking nightmare I cannot deal with. So hopefully I will have less involvement from all of them and just some involvement. Dex says, I just got back to One Piece 2, switched to the manga instead of the anime, and it's going way faster. Yeah, I mean, look, I like the anime a lot. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the filler arcs or little mini arcs are good. Not always, but sometimes they're good. But even I understand that sometimes, there are episodes of One Piece where not even three chapters of a manga to one episode of an anime is generally the standard. Some One Piece episodes are one episode, one chapter of the manga. There are a couple where they like did like flashbacks and recaps. And there's one episode that is like a couple pages of a manga chapter and then a bunch of like recap of things that had happened. And it's just like egregious. It is like fuck off egregious. Not all the time, but sometimes. Lord Crash says, I do like that Luffy tried to hold back on his gum moves when the old man challenges. He gives up on that entirely, but no one seems to notice those are Luffy's moves, besides one guy that is very mad about this. Yes. Yeah, Luffy is trying to be undercover. And despite everything we know about Luffy, he's doing a kind of not terrible job of being undercover. Like, he's doing pretty okay, all things considered. For Luffy, he's doing, I mean, his undercover name is Lucy, and that's goofy as hell, but he is trying. He's trying to be undercover. You know, appreciate it. And then Brad wants to hear from John about how John feels about Godzilla, Singular Point. Which I liked. You know what? I might not have finished. I'll say that. I might never have finished that anime, but I did like what I watched of it. I'll have to look. I'll have to investigate on my own if I ever finished it. But I do remember enjoying what I was watching of it. So. John really liked it. So great. Good to hear. Is there anything else? On Monday, you know, I'm going to continue working on this model kit. We're going to work on the waist and then the legs. I love a kit that does not go from working on the arms to working on the legs and skip the waist until the end. I love that because it feels like you can accomplish something. Because, like, without the waist, you're finishing the legs and then just you have the legs out. And I don't love that. So I am excited about that. It feels weird. AEW Collision aired on Thursday, so I don't have something to watch right now after the stream is over. So I'll just like get caught up on some other stuff, see if there's a streamer I want to check out, or I believe that Hakos Bells, aka Bae, the rat VTuber, I believe has a song that is premiering today. So I'll go and that premiered during my stream. So I'll go and watch the music video for that, the MV. And I'll check that out. But yeah, I don't have 2 hours of wrestling to watch tonight. I do have like 3 Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling shows to watch from last week. And I will watch them. But I gotta check those out at some point. This seems loose. I probably didn't do this shoulder right because this seems way looser than... Yeah, this is way... Okay, so sometime between now and Monday, I will get this shoulder because this is tight like it's supposed to be. I mean, it still moves. This is unbelievably loose. So I definitely didn't do this right. So I'll put it together now. But this weekend, I will take this shoulder apart and try and get it to do what it's supposed to do. Because right now it's... I do like that art lady that's fucked up. That's fucked up the Sunny and half the crew. Though I'm glad there's not a huge focus on that right now. Yes. Yeah, that's fun. I forgot about that. That happens. Lord Crashington, despite me wrapping up the stream, it says, "Hey, in December you're gonna have a new song to dance to. So you gotta hear this song because it's almost over." And I understand that. Thank you for using your channel points for the dance button. I will now press the dance button right now. Because this will be the last stream where we hear the song. Yeah, November, our next stream will be on December 1st, so November is basically over, which is weird to say, but true. That is a true statement. But what's going to happen now is we're going to wrap up the stream. But we're not done because we are going to go raid. We're going to go find someone doing cool shit that we want to go hang out with, and we're going to go give them some love so that you know, the party continues. We'll see who's doing what and what's going on. As John says, we always end with a raid. Let's see what's going on the internet here. Who's streaming? What's going on? The last time we raided Arthur Geese, he ended the stream like 5 minutes after we got there. So I'll see how long he's been streaming. He's been only been streaming for an hour and 20 minutes, so he might continue, but I can't take that risk. Like I said, the last time, it was just like, no, we're not doing that. We're going to go raid Giant Bomb Forever, which is an always-on channel, so I know it won't end. Right now, they are watching a quick look of We Party. And I bet I do remember this one being a fun video. So we'll go watch that. So feel free to come along on this raid. Come hang out with Giant Bomb Forever. It'll be fun. And then a reminder. Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to keep working on this model kit. This model kit's not done. I got to build a waist and some legs and then a backpack that's weird. I hate looking at, and so I got to do that. I hope you have a great rest of your night. I hope you come along on this raid. It'll be fun. I will see you on Monday. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye.